Hi, this is Teacher Alemi from Yeyeo Botanica, and welcome back. Today's video is going to really be about what are spiritual scammers and red flags to look out for. So, let's get started. So, I think all of us, or a lot of us who are on social media, who are online a lot, we get solicited by just regular ads, right? Everyone's seen an ad that they clicked on it and ended up in another page and so on and so forth. And so spiritual scammers are no different. Even here on our YouTube channel, there are times that people are soliciting you guys, asking you if you want help, if you want to get a reading, if you want to do this, you want to do that. And so there's nothing wrong with trying out new people. There's something wrong if you're not paying attention to what some of these people are doing. And so in this video, we're going to go down that hot list of things to look out for, the red flags to keep in mind when you're online, when you're dealing with people one-on-one, that are red flags that the person could either be not legit, they could be a charlatan or trying to scam you, or influence you in a way that's not to your advantage, but to their advantage. So one, again, is solicitation. You're online, oh, I'm from this country, or I'm from this area, I can help you, I can give you a reading, that's an astronomical amount of money, I can do work for you, that's astronomical amount of money, way beyond your means, or instilling fear in you, these things can happen to you, or I read you when I saw you online, I got this feeling. All of those things are red flags. So you wouldn't normally get in the car with a stranger that you didn't know, right? You wouldn't necessarily get in bed. Maybe some people would, but most people don't get in bed with someone they don't even know their first name, right? It's the same thing. Right? If you're going to open yourself up to someone, you may want to kind of have them warm up to you and you warm up to them, right? So promoting themselves, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this for you, when again, you didn't ask them. You didn't solicit that. It wasn't like you went online and went looking for them. They weren't referred to you, so on and so forth. The smoke and mirrors. I would have to say that the smoke and mirrors is the thing that is maybe one of the red flags that a lot of people really don't pay attention to. The person has this strange alias. What does those words mean? The person changes their alias all the time. You don't get a telephone number. You don't get an email address. They tell you, send me money first, before we even have a conversation. You can't figure out what they do. Everything seems really foggy, right? It's not very straightforward. I live in this place, I work out of this place, here is my address, this is my specialty, this is my this, this is my that. A person can't even give you their last name, or they seem like they're hiding something. All of those things are red flags. Right? Because if people need something, they're coming to look for you to try to rope you in, right? So to speak, or not necessarily you, but people that you know. Either way, those are red flags. People ask you to give up your card number, send me money to PayPal or Cash App or whatever the case may be. You should not be sending money to anyone unless it is verifiable. You know exactly what you're paying for, or you can get your money back in some way. So I'll give you an example. In most businesses, you can pay for something, and if there's a problem, you can do a stop payment as an example, right? But unfortunately, in the spiritual business, you can't pay for product and then want to return it. People don't take back spiritual stuff. Why? Because nobody knows what you did with it when you took it home. That's maybe one of the main reasons. But a business is a verifiable place. If I'm going to give them my money ahead of time, as an example, people pay for their readings and then they get a reading. Well, I can find the place versus this elusive alias, whatever. Or you ask the person, so tell me, how would you give me a remedy for this? Or tell me what you really do. If the person just gives you like this umbrella term and then tries to dismiss you, red flag. It's one thing to say, well, you know, you'll see it when you get your reading, or you'll see it when it's time to do work. That's different than, I'm a reader. Click, and that's the end of it. Anyone who seems really overly dismissive, that's a red flag, right? Because they don't want you to get into really knowing what's going on. Unrealistic expectations. Oh, I have the cure to AIDS. I have the cure to HIV. I have the cure to the coronavirus. And I'm not meaning you, but for me, if I was receiving that online, I'd be like, well, if you had the cure, you would definitely not be texting or sending messages to me. You'd more than likely be a millionaire someplace. The federal government would have you be their prized person. So unrealistic expectations. They have the cure to some kind of disease. They can fix all of your ancestral problems. They can make you rich. All of these different things. You need to be careful of even you having unrealistic expectations and then those people hooking on to you, because this is how you can become a victim. People asking you to give them a lot of money to do, let's say, a candle, burning a candle. They want to charge you $400 to burn a candle. That's unrealistic. That you can go into a store and buy a candle yourself, even if you're not sure what you're doing, but save some of your money, right? You need to try to use good judgment. Now, if you don't know what things really cost, then I would invite you first to find those things out. Ask people, well, you know, what do you really charge for this? What's really reasonable? Do some research online before people can come in and take advantage of you, whether it be financially, through your family, through your loved ones, whatever. The last one for this list. I'm sure there's a longer list I could give you, but for the sake of the video, we're going to keep it short and sweet. The last one is people who are inappropriate sexually. There are many, many people that I have met in this tradition who they've allowed themselves to be treated inappropriately sexually. Sex and religion don't go together. Your sex life is your sex life. Your religious life is your religious life. If any time a person feels that they have to have sex with someone to connect to their spirituality, there's something wrong. There's something almost cultish under that, in a negative way. So I would say that people need to be really careful about mixing these things together. I want to use the Bible as an example. The Bible never talks about people having sex with a saint to get closer to God. I've never seen that. If someone has that passage, please send it to me. So that's already an example. In many traditions, they don't talk about sex to bring you closer to God unless you're dealing with certain esoteric practices like tantric or different types of esoteric things. But hard and fast religion does not normally include that. And so anything that takes you out of your comfort zone, that makes you not invite that, right? Because you may not be even attracted to the person, male or female. It's not even about attraction. It's about, why would I need to do that in order to get closer to God? And so I would say to you, anything that makes your blinkers go off or make you feel really uncomfortable, make you feel like, I'm not really sure if this is really right. Honor that, right? I just want to say that the Orisha Olokun is in our gut. That Orisha is the one that makes us go, I'm not really sure. There are many deities that live within the deep recesses of our body and our mind that is to wake us, to awaken us. Hey, pay attention, right? So I invite you to honor your gut, honor your intuition. If it tells you, wait a minute, something may be wrong, And the last thing that I just thought about before I close this video is if the person is trying to rush you. If someone's trying to rush you to spend your money, rush you to make a decision, rush you to do all these different things, again, you should pause, think, feel, use your common sense, and then go forward. And remember, 50% of the blame will be on you if you don't take the time to kind of take in some of this information, because it can't always be their fault. Scammers are doing what scammers do. So try not to fall victim to that. Again, this is Alemi from Yeyeo Botanica. Ashe and good luck. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely like us, give us a thumbs up, share us with others, send us your comments, come visit us in the store, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. See you next time.